In Unit 4, you'll learn to identify reference words in a text. We'll take a look at what this reading skill is and how to apply it in the Paper 1 exam. You may ask, why do we need to identify reference words in a text? We do this because it can help us know what subject is being discussed in the text. When we look for reference words, we can look at pronouns, paraphrasing, and other reference words. Let's take a look at a passage. First, let's focus on the word field in the title. What is it about? What kind of field is this? How can we find out what it refers to? In the first line, we see the word football mentioned, so we can immediately understand that this field probably has to do with a football field. But is this the only thing that is being referenced? If we look further down the paragraph, we see practice and drills being mentioned. So we can tell that the field also refers to the time and space where a football practice takes place. If we look beyond paragraph 1, we can see that matches are also mentioned. So the word field also refers to the time and space where football matches take place. Now let's look at another important word in this passage, phones. When a subject is being discussed in a passage, it is often repeated many times. Many writers will use different ways to talk about the subject to avoid boring repetition. As you can see here, phones are mentioned many times in many different and intriguing ways. And of course, when it comes to talking about the same subject multiple times in the same passage, pronouns are frequently used. So it is important for you to understand what the pronouns refer to as well. These ones here, it, are all used to refer to football, and you can tell by the fact that the verb coming just before it is kicking. Next, here's the object pronoun them. The two plural nouns that are mentioned in this sentence are repetitive drills and players. So which one does the pronoun them refer to? Here, you can use extra information given at the end of the sentence, a habit into a reflex, to help you find out what the pronoun refers to. Since it is not talking about people, we can deduce that it is referring to repetitive drills instead of players. Let's see how we can use this reading skill, identifying reference words, to better understand a reading passage. Here's the same passage, and this time, we'd like to look at the reference words many things and try to figure out what they mean. Firstly, we can see that the many things are something to think about. When we think about something, it can come up as a subject or a question. Here, we see some questions that are being asked. And so these are the many things that are being referred to. How about gazing mindlessly at their screen in this passage? The word screen is a reference to the word phone, and so this phrase refers to the activities that someone does on their phone. How about the other phrase, the clouds? Earlier in this passage, it is mentioned that people's attention can be diverted by either their phone or other factors. So what the clouds refer to here are these other factors, which are not explicitly listed out. You can consider these to be a reference to anything that someone's mind is preoccupied with, or, in simpler terms, daydreaming. Now, it is your turn to try using this reading skill to answer some questions. Use your newly learnt skills on this text and see how quickly you can answer the questions below.